Hopefully, we have avoided having to deliver any bad news on Joe. But that's not all the potential bad news. Hey guys, it's Nick with Chestnut Hills Farmstead. You're probably not going to recognize the spot on the farm that I'm in right now because we're not up here very often. We're at the very top corner of the property. There's a fence line running right along just inside those trees, but it's pretty grown up here. We haven't cut up here this season because we moved the bees just down the hill there. Just on the other side of that tree is the bees. I may try to get where you can see a little bit of where I'm talking about. Okay, you can see the hives there in the background. So we're up on top of the hill where we talked about actually putting our house one time. But I've got a whole different reason for being up here. You know, when there's bad news on the farm, sometimes it can be a little tough to decide how you want to break that. People that watch our channel get to know the animals. They learn not only their names, but their personalities and where they came from and how we interact with them. So you never know how to break bad news. How you feeling, Joe? You're definitely moving around better, buddy. He really, really hates us catching him to give him that medicine, but it's necessary. So hopefully we have avoided having to deliver any bad news on Joe. At least that's what we're hoping for. He's still in treatment, but he's definitely feeling better and getting around better. He's eating and drinking good, so we're just going to continue his treatment, see how that goes. But that's not all the potential bad news. We haven't seen Miss Brooke in a week. And if you've been with us for a while, you know that shortly after we got Jason here, he escaped the pen. We didn't have him penned up as long as we thought we needed to. And then within a couple of days, we came to the farm and couldn't find him. Zoe was in a panic. We searched half the day all over the farm. And apparently one of the dogs had spooked them or something, and they were just up in a big pine tree at the bottom of the pasture. But I think that's where they were. Either way, we found them pretty quickly. Well, Miss Brooke disappeared several days ago, probably close to a week. Zoe texts me today when she gets to the farm to feed and says now she can't find Jason. In the past 2 days, Jason has been screaming his head off looking for Miss Brooke. Now he's gone too. So now to explain why I'm running around in these woods. Well, this time of day, the sun is really low. I'm trying to get behind a tree so I don't have this weird glare. You can see it's a lot brighter behind me. I'm standing in the shadows on purpose. But this time of day is not good for videoing. So I didn't have my phone out, no stand, no nothing. I'm just working in the garden. And I look up, and there is Jason in the pen. So I pull my phone out real quick and video it just to show Zoe, hey, Jason's okay, he's back. Well, I was filming it just for Zoe, so it's gonna look weird to you, but let me show you what I saw. Miss Brooke, your mama has been worried sick about you. She thought something got you. Get your tail back down there with Jason. You done made me walk my fat butt all the way up this hill. Yep, that's right. While I was filming Jason, I look up toward the top gate, and here comes Miss Brooke sashaying down that road. She comes down. I kind of circle behind her, and I'm talking to her, telling her to get back in that pen, get back with Jason, whatever. She's walking along. She's not in any hurry. I leave her alone. She goes over, gets some food, gets some water. I go back to working in the garden. I look up, and there she goes right back up the road again. So right now, I'm trying to see if she may be sitting on eggs. Now, I thought that it's too late in the season for that. That's what I thought. I thought they lay them in the spring and they're done. Apparently, it's any time based on weather and their age. It can be any time up through early summer. It's the day after Memorial Day. So, unofficially, the beginning of summer was yesterday, right? So I guess she could still be on eggs. So I'm just trying to walk through, not disturb her, not make a lot of noise, but just see if I can catch a glimpse of her and find out where she's going. Now, I guess I should probably do a little bit more explaining for some that may be newer to the channel. Miss Brooke is our Indian blue peahen, and Jason is our Indian blue peacock. They are the peacocks, and the reason for that is Miss Brooke came to Zoe from Brooke over at Cog Hill as an egg. Zoe hatched her. That's why Zoe is really, really partial to Miss Brooke. Brooke gave her the egg and an incubator. So I think that was the first thing Zoe ever hatched, was Miss Brooke. Either way, she loves her peahen. And then we got a peacock from them, and naturally named him Jason. And they're the peacocks. They're part of our farm. They're part of our channel. Miss Brooke, as of this season, is laying age. The reason that I want to see if I can find her on the nest is the fact that Jason is not. He's not mature this season to breed. He's got one more year before he can even fertilize Miss Brooke's eggs. So I don't want her just sitting up here in the woods for nothing if we can help it. All right, so we don't have so much glare now. Now, I can already hear it. Somebody's going to say, hey, I thought y'all let the animals do what they're going to do what they do naturally. Yes, you're exactly right. We always did that with the pigs. We do it with our birds out free ranging. Yes, you're exactly right. The only problem with this is if she had fertilized eggs, I would let her go, let her handle her thing. But y'all know from a recent reel, I don't think I had it in the video, but we are seeing more and more coyote sign. Even with Holly here, we're seeing some coyote signs around the pasture. And if we have that kind of predator pressure coming in, I don't want her being more susceptible to predators over eggs that are not fertilized. I don't know how susceptible peacocks are to it or not, because they're like ninja chickens. You try to catch a peacock or a peahen and they shoot straight up and they're gone. I mean, they're quick. They're going to get away. I just don't want her at that kind of risk over eggs that are not going to be fertile if I can prevent it. If I can't find her, it is what it is, because they are experts at camouflage. So she is going to be very, very, very hard to see. But I'm still going to try to walk the area. If I don't see her immediately, then I'm just going to wait till the next time I see her wander down there for food and water, and I'll try to watch where she goes then. But for now, I'm just trying to take an extra step. And to be honest, I don't even know if she's on our side of the road. There was I don't know, maybe 2 videos ago, Zoe's at the cows. She was pulling up to the meat birds as I pulled up to the pasture, and you see my truck stopped in the background. I'm going to see if I can put that clip up for you.
Previously, you can see where they started.
That's because Miss Brooke was standing in the road, and there's a huge hayfield across the road from us. There's a good possibility she may be over there anyway. I don't know if you can even see it, but there's a fence running right there, and just on the other side of that, you can see it through the trees is the road. So it's a very narrow scope of woods there. Very narrow patch of trees. And then we've got this patch in the pasture. Not to mention a lot of tall grass where we have not cut this year. So I'm just kind of easing through to see if I might get lucky and catch a glimpse of her, some movement, maybe the white owner, I don't know. But I think Zoe calls her feathers muted or something like that. Either way, she's very dull. She's not colorful. And she's going to be very easy to be able to hide. Not to mention the fact that I'm not going too far off in here because this is a good spot, looks like, to get snake bit. Well, I came out of the woods, but doesn't that still look like a good spot to put a house? Have all the cows grazing, alpacas, goats, all the birds, everything down in front of the house, and just sit on the porch and watch the farm. Man, I still like this spot. So as you've become accustomed to, if you're watching us, nothing today went as planned. I had a plan for what I wanted to video for Saturday, and all of that has taken a turn. So this is going to be a little bit different. Normally, you get one day, maybe stretched over into two if we run out of daylight or something. But we're probably going to be on this hunt all week. You may have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in this video. I don't know. It's going to depend on where we find Miss Brooke. I do know that Jason is still down here. I don't know where, but he is still down here. I'm seeing guineas, but no Miss Brooke. She's disappeared over that hill. So we're going to be watching for her. And at least we can give you an update on her. And we can update you on Joe every day. Just kind of let you know how his treatment's going. Hopefully that'll be good news. Yep, can y'all see Jason? He's right outside that coop area, fanned out, showing off for that other peacock in there. Just letting him know that he is the boss around here. Look, there he is. He wants to make sure that other peacock knows exactly who he is. Hey, boys. Hey, Tinsel. Obie. Hey, Obie. And there's little Shadow. Jason, you showing out, man. I finally found Miss Brooke, though, that you've been hollering for. There comes old Kenny. Kenny always sounds like he's got a sore throat. You know, Kenny and Littlefoot's mama came as rescues, and they were Kenny and Dolly, like Kenny Rogers. Well, I think Kenny have been doing some late shows in his old age or something, because he's all kind of hoarse. You sure are loud, Kenny. You sure are loud, man. You sure are loud, man. You got an old raspy voice. You do them old-time country tunes, don't you? Kenny, you do them old-time country songs with old raspy voice. Talk to me, Kenny. Give me old raspy. Nope, he ain't doing it. Do it. Do it, Kenny. Now you won't get quiet. There it is. Rub on the fence, stretch it out real good. There's who was Dolly, now she's Molly. And there, Littlefoot running away. Littlefoot sneaks in and out of the fence. Would you handle this bunch, Hoss? Well, we're back again today. This is the hayfield across the road that I was telling y'all about yesterday when we were walking. I'm gonna see if I might can catch a glimpse of her in some of these trees up close to the road, because I have seen her coming across. If she's in any of that, my goodness. Even Holly's over here. You can barely see Holly. I'm gonna walk this edge and at least see. I just cut the camera off and I caught a glimpse of white and movement. I don't think y'all can even see that yet. I don't think that's her, because I don't think she'd be that easy to spot, but I'm gonna keep easing that way. Y'all ever been deer hunting? And the longer you looked at a bush or a stump, the more you convinced yourself that it was a deer? That could just be a leaf, the underside of a leaf or something. I'm not seeing any more movement. But I do see kind of a brownish hump up under the lighter color, like would be her body feathers. But if I get over there and I have turned whatever that is into the shape of a peacock or a peahen, I'm gonna feel really stupid. But I'm afraid that may be what I've done. Because the way they camouflage in areas, I've seen the peahens at Cog Hill. Man, they were tough to see. I don't think she'd be that easy to spot. Let's go see. Can you see it yet? How about now? See the lighter color? Well, from the top of the hill, that looked white. And that's exactly what I did. It's a leaf, and looks like maybe a stump. There's your better view of it. There's my peahen body and an overturned leaf, or a lighter colored leaf, that from the top of the hill, I turned it into white. But I was thinking, there is no way she is out that open. That can't be her. And I guess that leaf moving, I convinced myself, was her head movement. Well, if she's not in the edge of that hayfield, which she may still be, or she's gonna be in this tree line here, I just think chances are slim that we're gonna find her without actually following her back. I'm gonna have to catch her back down here and just kind of sit back and slowly follow her and see where she may be going. And there's Jason, right where he's supposed to be. Jason following the rules and doing what he's supposed to be doing. And of course, Brooke is the rebel. Won't stay where she's supposed to be. No idea where she is. Out running around. We have no idea what she might be doing. She may be in jail. I don't know. Look at you, showing out. You've almost got a tail, Jason. You're getting there, buddy. Well, guys, we're back for day 3. I am determined to figure out where Miss Brooke is nesting. I just think the chances of us stumbling upon her nest or finding her in the edge of these woods is very slim. We're going to have to see her when she comes out and just follow her back. We can kind of keep our distance, just see where she goes back in the woods, and just give us some idea of where she's at so we can keep an eye on her and just make sure she's okay. But I've already explained to you, if she's on a nest, the eggs are not going to be any good. I just don't think they will be. Jason's not old enough. Zoe and I talked about it, and we may just leave them alone. We just need to be able to keep a check on her and make sure she's all right. But there's one thing, if y'all have been with us for a little while, you've seen that draws those peacocks out. It's so weird, but they always come out anytime we're burning something. The problem is I don't have a brush pile ready. And I certainly, even if I did, I wouldn't have time to be out here to burn a whole brush pile. I've got other things to do on the farm, and then I've got to get to Chance's baseball practice. So the only thing I have, I've got a box and one of our feed sacks. I brought it up here close to where I think she may be nesting, just in the general area. We're going to be right here in the top road. But I'm going to just give it a shot. It's worth a try to see if she'll pop out there, at least out of the woods enough to see what's going on, because her and Jason both are very curious anytime we're burning brush or logs or anything. Every time we have a fire out here, they have to inspect it. So I'm going to give it a shot and see if I light this bag and this box. It's not going to last very long, but it might be enough to get her attention just to see where she is. Let's see if we might draw her out. It is entirely possible that this may be one of the dumbest, most harebrained ideas I've ever had. But it's worth a shot. Fishing to light it right here behind me. We'll see if she might just be curious enough to come out and take a peek, just to see what it is. She is one of the fire marshals. I was right. That was a harebrained idea. Jason could actually see the fire from where he is, and he didn't come up here. Maybe it wasn't big enough, or maybe it's got to be logs or something to get their attention, but we tried. Honestly, guys, this is the last day I have to film this. And I wish I was giving you some better news. But since that first day, I haven't seen her again. I've been working on this all week just because we don't know where she is yet. And as of yesterday, Mrs. Coghill released a video where they haven't seen Ozella in a long time. You can go check that update out on her channel. But must be something in the water, because they're not seeing Miss Lewis either. It's just a peahen thing, I guess. We've been out here about 2 hours and no sign of Miss Brooke. I keep watching the road to see if she's going to come walking down through there. We'll keep you updated as we figure something out. She's going to show back up to get food and water. She may be coming down during the day when we're not here and we're just not seeing her. But the next time we catch a glimpse of her, we're going to follow her and just make sure she's okay. see where her nest is so we can keep an eye on her and let her do her thing, I guess. I know you can't see him. Joe is laying right there in the corner of that left house. I don't want to go back in the pen. He's already had his medicine today, and I don't want to make him get up and run around any more than I have to. Trying to just let him rest and let that ammonium chloride bust up those stones. He's got his antibiotics. Not seeing any more bleeding, so we're thinking we're doing okay with him. But if you enjoy family content on and off the farm, please consider giving us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Chestnut Hills Farmstead.